Hello and welcome to Worship Wednesday. Blessed assurance, Jesus is mine. Oh, what a foretaste, glory divine, heir of salvation, purchase of God, born of His Spirit, washed in His blood. This is my story. This is my song, praising my Savior all the day long. This is my story. This is my song, praising my Savior all the day long. Praising my Savior all the day long. Hey guys, welcome to Worship Wednesday. I'm so happy to see you. So if you're brand new to Worship Wednesday, welcome. If you've been here before, give me some hearts, some emojis, some thumbs up, something or other. If you're on Facebook, drop me a comment. For some reason, it doesn't tell me who is on unless you comment. So I just know that somebody's there and I don't know who, and I would love to know. Oh, hi, I love this. I love this. Marissa says hello. Yeah, I said hi to you. Hi, Red Rooster Review. Awesome to see you. And let me wave to some people. Hi, Ian. It's great to see you. Hi, Papa Ray. Yeah, you made it. Ian says, you rock. Papa Ray gave me some loving eyes, happy faces. Hello, Andrew. So happy to see you guys. Andrew says, beautiful. Thank you. Marissa gave me a bunch of hearts. Bridget is on here. Hello, hello, hello. Scotty, it has been a long time. Says first time being on when it's live in like a month. LOL. Yeah. And I also keep trying different times because when everything shut down, I was doing 2 p.m. Central Time because people were at home and I wanted to give them something to do during the day. And then people weren't able to go because they were having to go back to work. And then when I was doing it at 7, people weren't popping on until 7:45. So I thought, better try 7:30 and see what happens. Oh, Bridget, you're so sweet. Bridget said you have such a beautiful voice. I really, really appreciate that. That makes me happy to know you guys are here and hanging out and singing some hymns with me and just spending time together on this Wednesday evening in the middle of the week. And this next song that I'm going to do, Holy, 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 is from the 1800s by Bishop Reginald Heber. And when I do this, I like to teach some sign language with it because I love sign language. And when I was a kid, I was enthralled by seeing sign language done when my preacher was doing his sermon and when we were singing. And I thought, wow, that's incredible. I really want to learn sign language. It's just so beautiful. And so my pastor's wife did the sign language while he did the sermon, and another woman did the sign language during the songs. And so their daughter, she also knew sign language, Anita, and she was about a year older than me, and my mom paid her to teach me sign language once a week after school when I was in middle school, and my school was right next to the church, so we basically just walked across the street and learned some sign language and goofed off an awful lot. But that's what kids do. So I want to teach you some. If you've been on before, I hope you have learned 1 or 4 of these words. But I'm going to teach you Holy, Holy, Holy. And this is an H. And holy, just make a circle and rub your palms across. So that's holy, holy, holy. So that's the beginning of the song. And then Lord, make an L. I'm right-handed, so I do this with my right hand. Make an L, and you're gonna make like a sash from your shoulder to your hip without a guitar in the way. That's Lord. And then God, tuck your thumb, and we're gonna make a curve in front of you, like a G, God. And Almighty, you're gonna scoop your hand around to make all, and then mighty, like strong, okay? So we do holy, 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 Lord God Almighty. So if you got even one of those words, you can throw that into just about every hymn, Christian song, because they use those words over and over. And Jesus, but that's Jesus. Okay, so Holy, 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 written in the 1800s. I hope you know this song, and if you do, please sing along with me. I won't be able to hear your pretty voices, but do some sign language and sing, and you know, he'll hear, and it's, you know, make a joyful noise unto the Lord, and it can be pretty or not. Or in sign language, it doesn't have to make a sound. Holy, 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 Lord God Almighty, early in the morning our song shall rise to Thee. Holy, 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 merciful and mighty, God in three persons, blessed Trinity. God in three persons, blessed Trinity. Holy, 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 Lord God Almighty. And that is what we are told in the Bible that the angels sing over and over and over. So you better like that song, because if you're going to heaven, you're going to be singing that an awful lot. And I don't know, but maybe you'll do some sign language. I don't know. But holy, holy, holy. I love sign language so much. And when I'm at church, when I'm just, you know, in the congregation, I do sign language along when I sing. I just love it. So, how is everybody today? I wish I could show you that my yard has been slowly getting a makeover. My sago palms are bald. I didn't know you could actually cut all the fronds off, but I did. They're gone. Actually, it was my neighbor. My neighbor Todd was helping me, and so he chopped off all the palm fronds. I've been pressure washing all of the flagstone that's around my trees and stuff. And so I had also trimmed my hedges, and I chopped through my extension cord because it was green, and I wasn't paying attention to that. That was like a week ago. And last night, when I was edging around my tree, I kind of accidentally edged over a sprinkler head, and a spring popped up and got coiled around in the blade, and that's bad. So, yeah, I gotta fix the sprinkler head and my edger that has a big, thick wire wrapped around the blade. I'm not very good at this yard work stuff, but when you know, life does things like makes you lose your job, and so you have to cancel your yard service, and so you do it yourself, and you might mess up a little bit. That's what I'm doing. So if you like doing yard work and you want to trek over to Houston, Texas, you're welcome to take over for me. Just kidding. So Joyful Joyful was written in 1907, and this was set to Beethoven's Ode to Joy. I love that. Scotty, My yard got a makeover too. Well, not a makeover, but I finished giving my yard a haircut just before we went live. Fantastic. Good to do that. Good to do that. Joyful, joyful, you guys. Sing this with me if you know it. I love this. Joyful, joyful, we adore thee. God of glory. Unfold like flowers before thee, opening to the sun above. 1907 hymn. I hope you've been singing with me. I wanted to read you something. I just kind of felt like, I don't know, for the last few weeks, I just wanted to read part of like a devotional to you. A lot of people who I know have been reading the Jesus Calling devotional, and so I started that at the beginning of the year. And this is another one of Jesus Calling, but it's not Jesus Calling, it's just another one of the Jesus Calling devotional books. So I'm just going to read it to you, and maybe it'll mean something to you today on this Worship Wednesday. It says, don't be so hard on yourself. Oh, and you have to know, if you don't know, Jesus Calling is written from the perspective of Jesus talking to you. So that's the same with this. Don't be so hard on yourself. I can bring good even out of your mistakes. Your finite mind tends to look backward, longing to undo decisions you've come to regret. This is a waste of time and energy, leading only to frustration. Instead of floundering in the past, release your mistakes to me. Look to me in trust, anticipating that my infinite creativity can weave both good choices and bad into a lovely design. Because you are human, you will continue to make mistakes. Thinking that you should live an error-free life is symptomatic of pride. Your failures can be a source of blessing, humbling you and giving you empathy for other people and their weaknesses. Best of all, failure highlights your dependence on me. I'm able to bring beauty out of the morass of your mistakes. Trust me and watch to see what I will do. So, don't be so hard on yourself. We all make mistakes, and good can come from those lessons you learn from your failures. And this next song that I'm going to do for you, ChainBreaker, is one of those songs for me. I had an alcohol problem, unfortunately, for a long time. And so when I first heard this song, that's what ChainBreaker meant to me. It was breaking the chains of alcoholism, because the guy I was dating said, I hate being around you when you're drunk. And that just floored me, because I was like, I don't want you to hate me for anything. And it completely made sense to me, because I hated being around him when he was drunk, like hated it. So it made me not want to do that anymore. I didn't want to be that kind of person, and I didn't like being around him when he was like that. So it started out, ChainBreaker, when I fell in love with this song, it was to me about breaking the chains of alcoholism. But maybe you have a substance abuse to something else, alcohol or smoking or pain pills, or when I actually released this song in February, it was because I realized I had an addiction to a person that I needed to let go of. And so this song's ChainBreaker, which is actually a cover by Zach Williams, is about breaking the chains of addiction to a person and making an idol out of them.
Trying to fill the same old holes inside. There's a better life. There's a better life. If you've got pain, he's a pain taker. If you feel lost, he's a way maker. If you need freedom or saving, he's a prison shaking savior. Somebody testify. If you believe it, if you receive it, if you can't feel it, somebody testify, testify. If you believe it, if you receive it, if you can't feel it, somebody testify. If you got pain, he's a pain taker. If you feel lost, he's a way maker. If you need freedom or saving, he's a prison shaking savior. If you got chains, he's a chain breaker. If you need freedom or saving, he's a prison shaking savior. If you got chains, he's a chain breaker.
ChainBreaker. So, I had a request to go live with Marissa. So I'm going to bring you on. Okie dokie. Come on, baby. Let's get this live going. Last time I did this as soon as I popped off the going live with someone, it cut off my internet on Instagram. So we shall see. Because if y'all don't know, I have like the worst internet ever. I mean, it's about making choices and cutting back. Like I mentioned earlier, I let go of my yard service people, and I've also downgraded all internet and things like that. Marissa, I don't know if you're there, maybe not, but I didn't see you. So if you come back on, say hi, let me know. But if you are on Instagram and you want to hop on live with me, I love that. That would be cool. And Facebook used to have that option and they got rid of it. And then from what I've heard, they might be bringing that back so you can go live with somebody else. And if they have that already and I just don't know, or maybe nobody's ever tried it, if you know, maybe that's what that person and another person button is. I don't know. But if you know you can go live with me on Facebook, then come on down. Come on over. Ready to Fly, guys. This is the single I released in April that was supposed to have been replaced already by my next single. Ready to Fly. You can download a free acoustic version of this song on my website and see a video if you want to. Oh yeah, and there's a lyric video up now on YouTube, so I hope that you will check that out and leave me some comments, because, you know, algorithms like likes and comments. Like the more you like and comment on these live streams, the more news feeds they will put it in of other people. So go ahead and throw some hearts, write some more comments. I would love that. Anyway, I just like to read it, and sometimes I get distracted when I'm playing, and I'm like, oh, I need to answer that question, but I know I have to wait. That's also ADD for you. But y'all, this is Ready to Fly. I hope you've heard it a million times, so I hope you can sing along with me. I would love that too. Ready to fly, I'm ready to soar on the wings of eagles higher than I've been before. I'm a solid rock, I'm ready to roll. Got a fire burning deep, I'm ready to fly, I'm ready to soar on the wings of eagles higher than I've been before. I'm a solid rock, I'm ready to roll. Got a fire burning deep in my soul. All right. Oh yeah, and we just had 4th of July, and I wrote that song last year on 4th of July, and so that's where the Let Freedom Ring kind of came from. Oh, Marissa, you're back. Marissa says, you look pretty and you have a beautiful voice, I imagine. Papa Rave gave me some stars. Marissa gave me some claps. Hello, Rob. You're an amazing singer, my friend. Oh, well, I really appreciate that. Thank you for joining us. I'm going to bring you on, Marissa. Come hang out with us live if it'll work this time. I don't know. So yeah, I wrote that song last year, 4th of July. Let freedom ring. Waiting for Marissa to accept. That song, Ready to Fly, I had some people in my life who just really didn't support me wanting to be an artist, a solo artist. And I experienced that a lot with my vocal students. Their parents, in fact, not only do most of their parents discourage them from wanting to do it for a living, actually, I've had some parents take me aside and ask me to tell my students to not pursue it as their career, to just do it as a hobby. And I learned personally, I can't do that. Like, I have to be true to myself. Like, music is me, music is my passion. And when some things happened last year, so I was with the Texas country band for 4 years and finally going solo, I was just ready it was scary, really, really scary to just jump off of a cliff. It felt like I was being shoved off of a cliff, quite honestly. But fly or die. So that's what Where Ready to Fly came from. Hey, Marissa, I'm trying to go live with you. You know, my internet connection is pretty terrible, so I've tried twice. Send me a request again if you want to. And Marissa says, happy late 4th of July. Happy late 4th of July to you. And Ian says, my teacher told me the same thing. He said, don't work in music. Well, I mean, seriously, like, only the top 1%, like, really get famous and make a lot of money off of it. But that doesn't mean, I mean, there are musicians who aren't famous, but who make 6 figures from their music career. So it's just, I've learned that parents, they want their children to live a stable lifestyle and get that paycheck every 2 weeks, which I've never had. I've never had that kind of job. I started coaching voice when I was 19 years old, and because my mom started teaching piano lessons when she was in 8th grade, so all I ever knew was my mom teaching piano lessons all growing up. So I was like, I'm a singer, I can teach voice lessons. And I've had other little odd jobs and stuff, but I don't know what the corporate life is like at all. But the solo on my own and not having a band, like being a solo artist and not being a band is brand new to me. It was something I was always going to do, but I was not prepared to just be thrown off of a cliff like I was. So I really appreciate you guys, because some of you are my, you know, I could call you my biggest fans. You guys support, like, you're here tonight and we're hanging out, and I love it so much that we get to hang out every week. You write really good songs. Thank you, Marissa. Well, how about I play this one for you? This song, I was diagnosed with MS in 2016, and it basically rocked my world. I thought my life was over, because you hear that cancer is a death sentence and MS is a life sentence, and I didn't know how to take that. So I wrote this song in response to all those feelings, and this is called Take Down a Giant.
Back to who I used to be.
Take Down a Giant. If you have ever battled physical or mental illness or lost someone and you're battling those feelings, battling the demons inside, that song is for you. And I think every single one of us can relate to that. So that song goes out to you. And hi, Victor. Good to see you tonight. Hey, Marissa, I'm going to try to bring you on again. Let's try this again. I don't know. See if it works this time. And so that song is my empowering song for anybody that battles anything, even if you feel like you never win, because that's how I feel all the time. Like that, just one loss after another, and like, is it ever gonna end? Is it ever gonna get better? And like, people will say, oh, it'll get better, and you can keep. That is not always the case, because the Bible straight up says, in like Hebrews, like, you can just look at the disciples. How many of them had amazing, wonderful lives? They were all murdered, were thrown in prison. They didn't have wonderful lives. So the promises that God promises to us sometimes don't come until heaven, in the eternal life. So that, I know for a fact, I'm building up my treasures in heaven. Papa Ray says, great lyrics, never mind your God-blessed voice. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Marissa, I keep trying to bring you on live, but I think it's my end, I think. Because we know that I have terrible internet. So this song called You Make Me is a really special song to me. And it's just about that. When you have somebody in your life who your whole world could be crashing down, but you can conquer the world when they're in your life, because they make you want to be better even when you're at the bottom. Ian says, I love your attitude. Bring in those treasures. Well, there are not many treasures here on earth right now. So yeah, heaven. Store up your treasures. Do not store up treasures on earth where moth and rust destroy, but store up your treasures in heaven. Play this in the right key. That'd be awesome. At all, I didn't pick up the first time you called. I wasn't ready to give in and fall, but you made me. like nobody else can. You make me feel like I'm part of a plan that's bigger than us. Baby, I'm in. I feel it more with every kiss. You make me stronger. You make me better. You make me wanna believe it forever. I thought I was whole. I thought I was complete. Right up until I found my missing piece. You make me. Yeah, you make me. Angelica, hi! It's really nice to see you on here. How are you? Thanks, you guys, for all the hearts and stuff. I really appreciate that. So thanks for hanging out with me tonight for Worship Wednesday. If I made you smile at all, if you want to drop even $1 in the virtual tip jar, that's at Venmo or PayPal, Pamela Mary. And also if you use the Cash App, Pamela Mary 𝓜𝓪𝓻𝓂, my whole last name, which I've never had a tip on the Cash App before, but I guess people use that, so it's available. Oh, hello, Priscilla. It's nice to see you. Wave at you. My last song here, I had intended to release on June 26th, Friday. Oh, there are so many things with this song, like I can't even tell you. Going all the way back to October when it was written, like all the many problems, I suppose you could say, that this song has had. And so the song is still not released, but I mean, I'm pretty sure, I promised you guys last week that it would be released in July, sometime this month. So that's what I'm still shooting for, because if it goes in August, that's crazy. I might have to just release something else instead and then put Paradise later. I don't know. But I really like this song. This song, the title came from a movie that I was in, ParadiseTexas. So I had the title written down for a really long time. And it's not, there actually is a city in Texas called Paradise. There is a Paradise, Texas, but there's also a Paris, Texas, and an Athens, Texas, and obviously Houston, Texas. But there's all these, Texas is humongous, so that there's a lot of, I mean, it's not surprising. There's a Paradise, Texas, but I've never been there. So this is just about, do you love where you live? And like your friends and family, like who you love makes where you live your home, right? Home is where the heart is. So here's Paradise, Texas, you guys. On a red-eye flight, got a few long hours to go. Well, the city of angels sure was nice, but I sure am missing home. Too many strangers on a walk of fame, but where I come from, everybody knows my name. Ain't no Hollywood lights, but there's big stars in the sky. Oh, you can make a wish on first kiss, on lose track of time on these old dirt roads. They're like streets of gold. You can bet your life it's a real good life if you've got a good hand to hold. It may not look like much, but around here we count our blessings, living in Paradise, Texas. I like living in a place I can turn the radio on, or Facebook, or Instagram, anytime, any day or night, and find a country song. Nothing better than Waylon, Willie, Johnny, and June.
me and you dancing neath the Lone Star moon. Ain't no Hollywood lights, but there's big stars in the sky. Oh, you can make a wish on first kiss, on lose track of time, on these old dirt roads that like streets of gold. You can bet your life it's a real good life if you got a good hand to hold. It may not look like much around till we count our blessings, living in paradise, Texas. Seen a lot of this big old world, but there's no place better than home. Ain't no Hollywood lights, but there's big stars in the sky. Oh, you can make a wish on first kiss, on lose track of time, on these old dirt roads that like streets of gold. You can bet your life it's a real good life if you got a good hand to hold. It may not look like much, but around here we count our blessings, living in paradise, Texas. Yeah, we call it paradise.
All right. Paradise, Texas, that is gonna be my next release. Sometime this month in July. I will keep you guys posted when I know more. But thank you for hanging out, Robbie. Hey, super awesome to see you, my friend. Miss ya. So that's Worship Wednesday, friends, and I am so happy that you guys all came. Papa Ray said my daughter just moved to Harker Heights, Texas. Anywhere near Paradise. Great song. I don't even know what Harker Heights, Texas is. I mean, come on. It's a pretty big state. And I don't know. I did look up where Paradise is one time. I feel like it's... No, I'm not even going to say it because I don't remember. I'll be stupid. But you guys, please go to iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, iHeartRadio, wherever you listen to music. And actually, you can drop that down. It helps me to know where my friends listen. It's interesting. What it looks like is most of you guys listen to Spotify. And actually, for ReadyToFly, I have a bigger fan base in Brazil than I do in the United States. So I might need to go there for a little bit. And sing over there. I don't think Paradise, Texas will do as well in Brazil, though. Ian says, thank you for the great show. I listen on YouTube. Oh, awesome. Okay, cool. Do you listen to it on my channel, or do you listen to it on the topic? Because one of my neighbors, he said, oh, I found you on YouTube, and I wrote you a comment. Did you see it? And I was like, what? And I had to go and search my name, and yes, there's a topic, Pamela Mary, that has my songs on it, but it's not my channel, so I didn't know he commented, so I redirected him to my actual channel. And Ian, I think you probably are on my channel. YouTube.com/PamelaMary is my channel. And you guys, so stream a million times, listen a million times, write comments, because the algorithms like to, they'll put it in more people's news feeds, share it with your friends and family, and I definitely look forward to seeing you guys next week. And from what it looks like, 7:30 was a really good time tonight. It was better than 7 last week, and definitely better than the 2 o'clock. I had a lot of you guys jumped on it too back when the world was shut down, but now everybody's back to work. So 7:30 next week, okay? And I love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out, and I will see you next Wednesday, okay? God bless.